Hey everybody, Tate Stevens here. Welcome to my home for the holidays edition. Today, we're doing turkey. Now, the prep that I've done, pretty basic, kind of basic people, right? A little salt, a little pepper, inside some butter, some garlic, oiled it up, threw some tabs of butter around him, and now we got the oven preheated, ready to go. So I have my lovely wife Ashley come over because I'm terrible at foiling stuff, right? I don't get it. Don't get it done nice. So he got a foil. Okay. So anyway, we get ready to put him in the oven. I do that so you don't cook yourself. Thank you for all that. So anyway, like that, pretty basic prep for him. Washed him real good. All the pin feathers, had to take those out because they don't really get a lot of them out. So you go sit there and pluck them out. And then put the neck and the giblets in a pan. We're gonna boil those up, cook those for the gravy, which will be coming up later. I don't know if you'll see that. Probably not. Anyway, all right, going to that. Like I said, had it at 2 or 325. Four hours. Done. All right, so another one of our holiday traditions, I guess, if you will, in our house is people call it green rice. Some people call it broccoli casserole. Whatever you want to call it, you call it that. We call it green rice. So we need an onion for this. So I'm kind of a lot of people are like, yeah, you know, you don't chop onions like that and you don't do things, but I do the things the way I do them. You do them the way you do them in your kitchen. I don't come to your kitchen and say your knife skills suck, right? So don't come to my kitchen and say that. Anyway, all right. Like I said, I'm kind of an onion snob. I love onions, but you know, some people just peel them and they don't take that weird little flaky skin off of them, and I do. Well, briefly. That's loud. Okay, I'll turn that back on and stuck it. So anyway, we're gonna cut up an onion. We dice them up. A lot of people are like, oh, when you dice an onion, you can just do this, right? I do this. It's easy. It's the easy way to do it. Some people use a cool little chopper thing. I like those too. We have some of those, the little chopper deals. If you have one, I recommend using them. And then you don't have to cry like I will be soon. So, easy way to dice an onion. You know, I hope my friends who cook and are really good at it don't see me doing this, right? Because then they'll be like, you're an idiot. You did it completely wrong and backwards. But it's okay. It's how I do it. You do it the way you do it in your house. You know, so we want them chopped up pretty good. You got the wrong knife. My other knife was dirty. My big one. So, anyway, chop up your onion for your green rice or broccoli casserole, right? You gotta have a lot of things in this. Some people skip some of these things. We don't, not in this house. I'm not sponsored by Kraft or Cheese Whiz, but it should be because it's fantastic. Has to go in there. So we're gonna double the recipe because we're going to my nephew's house for dinner. So yeah, we gotta double it. So that's not one, but 2 Cheese Whizzes. Anyway, we gotta get the broccoli going. So, gotta cook the broccoli, gonna throw that in the pot. So follow me. Turn the stove back on. Go boil. We got this real cool stove. Look at that. Instant boil. Instant boiling. Free. Not as good as gas though. So we're going to use quite a lot of the broccoli. So probably that much, however that much is. And there's really no measuring in my house. You just do it by what you feel, okay? If you feel the full bag, put the whole bag. I'm going to do about 3/4 of that bag. Anyway, cover this up, let it boil. Pack the onions. So to double this, we gotta get more onion. So we need more onion in this. So anyway, like I said, use diced onions the way you dice onions. I'll dice onions the way I dice onions. And we're both gonna be excited about what we have. So we're sauteing up these onions right now. We need 2 sticks or a stick of butter, which we got these cute little half sticks. We're gonna throw those in there. If you haven't used half sticks, probably should. Game changer. Get this going here. The broccoli is almost done. It's starting to be very aromatic. Good word, huh? About a few minutes, just a few more minutes than that. The butter's going to obviously do what it's going to do. It's melt. We'll throw the salt, the pepper, and the onion in there, saute that up, and we'll take it to the pans. Now, my wife wants to use these pretty little Fiesta wear pans. We're not doing that. Ain't nothing wrong with the aluminum foil pans. That's what we're going with. Okay, so the butter's ready for the onion. I want to slide these onions right up in here. Start sauteing them up. Perfect. Get those mixed around, incorporated with that butter. And then a little salt, a little pepper. Like I said, we don't do a lot of measuring here. I believe the broccoli's done. We're going to turn the broccoli off right now because it's done. Let it set. We'll take it over, strain it, and get it ready to go in. Now, normally, when we're cooking, I'd have the vent hood on, but you wouldn't be able to hear me because it's like a jet engine. So, we're getting all the smells, all their oniony goodness. So they're just about there. They're starting to release that nice smell, starting to get that look that we're wanting. A few more minutes there. Then we'll start adding the stuff. Okay, so this is the part, the combination. We're combining all the flavors of what we have. The broccoli and onions, all the cream of celery, the cheese whiz, the water, the milk. We're going to combine it all in with the rice. We put a cup of rice in each pan because we doubled the recipe. Because people eat it, they eat a lot of it. Sort of like me. I eat a lot. That's why I look this way. We can't help but have a problem. Kidding. Anyway, cheese whiz, right? It's supposed to be like, I don't know, some measurement on the thing. It says like a half a cup or, half a cup of cheese whiz. I don't know what a half a cup of cheese whiz looks like. So that looks like to me that whole cup, that whole thing goes in there. So this is a little shout out. Butter, y'all. Miss Paula Dean, sweetest person on the planet. Anyway, so we'll just take some cheese whiz. We'll get it all in there. That looks probably like a half cup. Right? I'm sure there's the way you can tell if it's a half a cup or whatever. And then we need a can. 1 can of cream of celery soup. And to me, Campbell's in our family has been a tradition. We've only used Campbell's soup. Is it the best soup? I don't know. It could be. We think it is. So, yeah, we use Campbell's. Use whatever you want, though. I'm sure wherever you're at, they have something that you like a little better. Just get all that out of there. Whole thing of that. Then, in this, we got to go half and half. We do half the onion and half of the broccoli. So we also need water. So we're going to go about 1/4 cup on here. So that's about that much right there. So we'll pour that in. And about like that. That's about maybe a little bit more. Perfect. And the other goes in here. Bam. Same thing with the milk. About half of what we have in here, milk. And a little bit more milk. The rest of it goes in that way. So like I said, you do it how you want to do it, how your family does it. Traditionally, in our family, green rice is a big thing. Green bean casserole is a big thing, which is one of my favorites, for the holidays. I don't know why we have to have this just on the holidays, though. Think about that. Green bean casserole, green rice, mashed potatoes and gravy. People eat mashed potatoes and gravy all year. At least I do. But we don't get the green rice, and we don't get the green bean casserole, and we don't get the turkey or the ham, really. We have ham, so. I don't know, kind of weird. Anyway, I'll stop being weird, and I'll start cooking some more. So we're going to add the onions right now. So we need half of the onion, of the sauteed onions and butter. So, I mean, that's just kind of an eyeball thing, right? Maybe we'll do that. That's right. And then do a little of that. A little more butter. And then the rest of it is going to go on this one. And that should be about half. Again, there's probably people out there going, man, you got way more in that first one than you did the second one. Okay. Back to adding things. Now we go for the broccoli. So we drained our broccoli. You didn't need to see that whole thing. So now we're just adding what we think is half the broccoli to those. That pretty half, all right? What was that, 3 big old scoops in that one? That was 4 in that one. We'll put the rest of it, which should be 1 big old scoop left, or 2 smaller scoops. We'll put it in this one. Perfect. Half and half. All right. So now we got to add the cream of celery and the cheese whiz to this one, and we're done. Now we just get to mix. So this is the fun part, when you're a little kid, when mom was making stuff for the holidays and all of that, we'd always go in and go, Mom, can we help? And, a spatula gets thrown at your head. No, get out of my kitchen. We were never able to help. My mom was very mean. I'm just kidding. She's sitting right over there, so I got to say that kind of stuff. No, so this is cool for kids if you got little ones in the house, and this is, let them mix. This is it. Let them get their fingers in. It's kind of, it's funny and cute when the kids put their fingers in and they're like, oh, man. But if I did that, people would be like, that's disgusting. We're not eating that. It's kind of like peeing your pants when you're old. You can do that. But if I pee in my pants, people are like, what's wrong with him? I don't see the difference. Anyway, do you. You do you. We have a lot of fun in this house. This house was built, I built this thing with my 2 hands. My wife was like, we just really tired of living where we're living. I want land, and I want a house, and I want this. And so, saved up all my money that I had, and I bought a little piece of land, and I got all the wood together, piece by piece, nail by nail, brick by brick. That's how we did this. Oh, just kidding. So, whether it's Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever the holiday is that you love the best. Thanksgiving's one of my favorites just because I'm fat and I like to eat. I shouldn't say that. I'm not fat. I'm very muscular. I'm probably the most in shape person you're going to see in this video. Anyway, so you mix it up real good. Get it all mixed up. If you can't have fun in the kitchen, then, you know, what are you doing in the kitchen? Get out. Get out of the kitchen. So anyway, mix it up. It's good and mixed, combined. You got all the onions and all the broccoli and all the soup and all the cheese whiz and the salt and the pepper and all the butter and all that in your pan. Mix it up, and that's kind of what it's going to look like. Then we go to the oven. We throw it in the oven. 350 for about 45 minutes-ish, I'm guessing. The rice will cook. This is minute rice, by the way, so we didn't cook the rice and all that. So the rice will cook, and yeah, it's delicious. We'll show you the pictures when they're done. Okay, another one of our traditions in our household, deviled eggs. Like I said, we talked before about there's so many ways you can make deviled eggs. You can make them just very plain, or you can put a bunch of stuff in it. Ours are pretty plain. What you see here is what you're gonna get in. Douce mayonnaise, which is the best mayonnaise on the planet, and you can't argue that. French mustard, again, probably the best mustard on the planet. And we got our relish and our smoked paprika. So basically, after you boiled your eggs, we literally just hollow them out, bam. We set the thing, just like everybody else does. Pretty much only one way to make a deviled egg, I think, right? Boil the egg. Till they're done, you just clean them out and get all that goodness out of them, the yolk, and then, yeah. So I will continue to do this, and then through the lapse of TV magic, we'll see you in a minute. So we have all our eggs peeled, cut in half, all the yolks in the bowl. Now we just add the stuff. Again, you could probably measure this, but we don't. Not in my house. Just kind of go like that. Take the mustard. I don't know, about like that. Then, this is sweet relish. Some people use dill, some people use sweet, some people don't use any. My wife seems to think that we always use sweet relish. A couple of spoonfuls of that in there, right? And then we start mixing. I'm gonna grab a fork real quick because I kind of like to mash it first with a fork. Kind of get it a little bit combined before we start whipping it together. Like that. Kind of gets that the big chunks off, and then you see what you're working with, right? So that we'll lay that right here on the side of the plate. We'll clean that later. Handy dandy, trusty mixer. Just go in. Can't be afraid of. Power tool. It's like using power tools for the first time. You know what I mean? First time you use a power tool, you're like, oh wow, that's so awesome. Then after a while, it's just on second hand. Like I said, there's many ways, many things you can do with deviled eggs. We just kind of like them basic, plain. So I can tell right now that they're not creamy enough, right? They're like creamy deviled eggs. Now, if it was mine, you know, I'd like bacon and, you know, jalapenos and stuff like that. But some people can't eat jalapenos, and a little more mayo. About like that. It's got plenty of mustard. It's nice yellow. You can see the yellow on the... You're like, well, dummy, the egg yolks are yellow. So now we're getting a little bit better consistency. Again, this is something that your kids can do. So start your traditions. If you don't already have one, let your kids do this. A good job for a kid, for a young kid wanting to be a part of it. We always let our kids kind of get their hands dirty and stuff like that. So, again, I want to make sure it's good, and I like them smooth. So we're getting close to that consistency, right? Not quite. Here's what I like to do at this point. Take a clean spoon. Reach in here, kind of mix it all, get it all off the sides. You don't need a lot, just a little bit. Need a little more mustard. Yeah, a little more mustard. That's it. So, I remember growing up and Mom would make deviled eggs, and you always got to make extra. You always have to make extra because I don't know too many people that don't like deviled eggs. If you don't like deviled eggs, you're probably not American. I shouldn't say that. We should probably cut that out. If you don't like deviled eggs, I don't like you. Okay? Just get that out there. We're gonna throw that out there. We would not be cool. Just kidding. I don't care if you like deviled eggs. I eat a ton of it. Again, that's why I look the way I do. Okay, so anyway, tradition. We'll talk about tradition. We need to talk about another thing too. I know I touched on it before maybe, about the Snow Dusted Denim album for St. Jude. If you're looking for something cool to get someone for Christmas, go to snowdusteddenim.com. You can download all the stuff, right? You can get the music right now. But the cool thing is when you buy it and you pre-order this, it's an actual vinyl record. Old school vinyl, put it on the record player, hear the pops, the cracks, all the stuff that makes it cool and good. So go to snowdusteddenim.com. Now they will be out. They're coming middle of the month, middle of December, and you can get if you pre-order one, you get one signed and all that, and all proceeds go to St. Jude, which to me is one of the greatest organizations for children. And there's a ton. People look, if you're not a St. Jude person, I get it, but find one that helps children, and do everything you can for that organization, and support them and lift that organization up just like we do for St. Jude. So anyway, with that being said, I think we're good. I think we're going to start filling these dudes. Handy dandy scooper. Makes it a little easier than trying to do it with a spoon and you get it all in there. So I'm going to get my trusty helper and semi-professional scooper person in here. My wife, she's going to come in and she's going to fill these dudes up. And with the magic of TV, trying to make TV here, people. With the magic of TV, or whatever you want to call this, we'll get them filled up, and you get a look at the finished product real soon. So now that we've filled the deviled eggs, last but not least, a little smoked paprika on top. Just a little, just kind of dust them. Just you kind of get a little bit of color on there. However you like your deviled eggs, that's how you do it.
I'm just going to tell you, these are going to be fantastic.
All right, eggs are done. Turkey's almost done. Casserole will be done soon. We'll get all those together. I just want to remind you, go to snowdusteddenim.com and pick up a copy, pre-order that copy of the St. Jude Christmas album. All proceeds go to St. Jude. And with that being said, thanks for sharing a little bit of your time with me. From my family to yours, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll see you real soon.